Ms. Parker is the executive director for the Susan G. Komen Inland Empire Breast Cancer Resource Center. She's a graduate of Indiana University School of Radiological Technology and has been a dedicated mammography technologist and breast health educator since 1985. We're going to chat a little bit with her about her background, but the most important thing that we're here to talk about is the opening of the new Komen Inland Empire Breast Cancer Resource Center here in Rancho Mirage. Katie, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here to talk about a very important health issue.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Why don't we start by talking a little bit about the Susan G. Komen organization?
Great place to start. Susan G. Komen was founded by Nancy Brinker in honor of her sister Susan, who was diagnosed with breast cancer in the 70s when not much was discussed about it. But on her deathbed, Nancy promised Susan that she would do everything in her power to end breast cancer forever, and that was back in 1982. And since that time, Komen has become the leader in breast cancer organizations around the world and has done much to save lives, not only local, nationally, but like I said, globally. And we're proud to announce that since that time, they've invested almost $1.3 billion into the global movement for breast cancer.
That's incredible. And we are all now aware of the color pink for breast cancer. Did they start that?
No, that wasn't originated through Susan G. Komen.
But I think it's become made more noticeable through what Susan G. Komen group does with the runs and the walks and everything else. Before we get into some of the things that you're going to be doing here, let's first of all tell our listeners where the resource center is located, the telephone number, and the website in case they'd like information, because certainly you need volunteers. You need all kinds of help, and we do need donations for your organization.
Yes, we've been working on the Breast Cancer Resource Center for some time, and through the generosity of folks in the Valley, it is going to be opening in October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the address of the organization site is 35800 Bob Hope Drive in Rancho Mirage, as you said. We can be reached now at 951-676-PINK, 7465.
Would you repeat that, please?
951-676-PINK, 7465, or on our website at komenie.org. If you wish to email us about any concerns, it's info@komenie.org.
Okay. And for those listeners that don't have access to the internet, they can certainly call you and find out how they can help either financially or as a volunteer. What's the first need right now for you in opening this resource center here in Rancho Mirage?
Well, the first need is actually volunteers. We are a volunteer-based organization, have a small staff. First, I'd like to say that our service area is all of San Bernardino and Riverside counties that include the Coachella Valley. Our office is located in Temecula, and we are thrilled to be coming out to the desert to help the community raise awareness and see what we can do to help with breast cancer for women and families.
So the main office is in Temecula, and you service San Bernardino and Riverside County, including the Coachella Valley. But you're creating another resource center here in the valley. Will that also cover the San Bernardino Riverside area or just Coachella Valley?
Well, it'll service the women and families here, but as we talk about our service area, it'll include everything we do so people will know, because some might have family members in other areas of Riverside and San Bernardino County. But the focus here is to raise awareness. Every 2 years, we provide the community with a community profile update, which helps us understand the needs in the community. And we hope to work with many community organizations here to really pinpoint more needs crucial to this area for breast cancer outreach, education, access to services, and the likes for that to increase help for the women and families out here in Coachella Valley.
So have you found that that's the most specific need here in the Valley right now is resources and directing women to those resources?
Well, there certainly are wonderful resources here for breast health. We just hope to enhance some of those, so to be a community member and be able to have resources for the women. Oftentimes, it's overwhelming when you're diagnosed with breast cancer to find all these different areas, and what we hope to do is through our computer network and our comprehensive breast cancer site at Komen.org, we will train our volunteers to help women find access to clinical trials, to other type of resources that they're looking forward to during their journey of breast cancer and breast health.
Do you also create partnerships with other breast cancer resources?
Yes, that's something we strive to do in any community, is to make partnerships with the local community organizations that already do such great work in the community. But it's through our grant programs and our community profile where we can try to help numerous organizations enhance their programs to the community as well.
I think that's a very important point for my listeners to know, that this is not an organization that goes into a community and tries to take over or tries to be the main focus. You are a partnership organization. It is your mandate to help financially, educationally, and so forth. Before we talk about where the money goes, what are some of the first things that you have planned to do here in the Valley when you are settled in after the October opening, or even before the October opening? Probably before. You need the volunteers. And
well, we definitely
need
the
donations.
Volunteers to get started. We have a wish list for some of the furniture and accessories we need in the resource center. So we'll start there with trying to organize volunteers. As we get the phone calls in, we'll organize a Komen 101 training to give them background information on our organization and what our fundamental philosophies are, like you mentioned, how we want to help. And we'll also share with them, how we can help. It is due to our signature fundraiser, the Race for the Cure, where we raise funds, and 75% of the net proceeds from the Race for the Cure stay in our service area so we can fund grants for the underserved. And then 25% goes back to our Komen headquarters for research. So really everyone who helps us financially does get to help the local service area as well as research, which makes Komen unique.
So the 75% that you're talking about, will that go to the resource center here, or is that for the overall picture?
That is for the overall picture.
Okay.
However, organizations that are 501c3s, nonprofits that are already out there addressing the needs in the underserved community, are encouraged to apply for the grant funds that come available every year.
So they apply to you then?
Yes,
they
they
apply
do.
for a grant to you. And you will help them with that? Will you help them with the preparation of the grant? Or do they prepare their own application and then can come to you for assistance? Is that how it works?
Well, we do provide the structure on our website in early November. There will be
Okay.
a request for application for our next grant cycle. Our grant cycle runs through April 1st, 2010, next year, and then goes through 3/31, 2011. Boy, those numbers are high.
Yeah.
But that's how everything works together. We have the race, we raise the funds, and then these funds go back into the community, and the community profile then assists everything
Okay.
so that we can help out.
But what we need now for you at the Resource Center, and you'd like to get these phone calls now, would you not, for the
Love to.
volunteers?
Yes, please.
Because you want to be open and running in October, so you need to do the training beforehand, or will you start the training in October?
We're going to be, hopefully we want to try to put the training together through October Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Okay.
It depends on the volunteer activities, so we just love to hear from you, so please give us a call if you're interested.
Mention the phone number again.
951-676-7465. And whether you can donate 4 hours a week or 1 day a week, every hour is important to us, and that will help us get open. We hope to have the center open at least a couple days a week to get started, depending on our volunteerism.
And you have a need for furniture and other things. What are some of the other things that you're looking for to be donated?
Computer cards, plants, small cabinets, a refrigerator for offering water, a coffee cart. We actually have already the coffee and things like that donated, but just some basic pieces of furniture to put our things together.
Yes. Okay.
And furniture is not the most important thing. Our volunteers
No, the
are.
volunteers are. That I understand. But certainly we want to get a few chairs for you for them to sit
Yes,
in and so
yes,
forth.
we do.
And we have very wonderful and generous people here in the valley, and I'm sure that we'll be able to arrange that. Now, you mentioned the Race for the Cure. Is that going to be your first emphasis after you have the volunteers in place and you've got your setup, you've got your furniture and so forth, or will you be doing something prior to the race?
Not at this time will we be doing anything prior to the race, but recruiting volunteers and trainings. The race is October 18th, so it's right around the corner, and it takes a lot of effort from a small staff and numerous volunteers. Race day, we have about 700 volunteers to make this happen. We're expecting nearly 11,000 people, but participating in the race for residents in the valley, it is in Temecula, but you can sleep in for the cure and still support the organization and the cause and receive a race t-shirt and a gift mailed to your home. It's important to support the race because that's how we can support the valley.
Okay, so when you talk about a sleep-in, if I couldn't get to Temecula, let's say, but I do want to help, I just sleep in at my house and send you a donation.
Well, actually, I should explain it further. You
Yes.
go on the website at komenie.org and you click on to register for the race. And then you have an option to you individually register, or you can form a sleep-in team. It's really a lot of fun. People have fun with this one. After you form your team or you register, you can check off Sleep In for the Cure, and about a week prior to the race, we'll mail out all the sleep-ins. So on Sunday morning, when we're out there running and celebrating all the survivors and their journeys, you can sleep in for the cure, knowing in your heart that you have shared also with us that day.
Well, I think that's wonderful, particularly with people that are breast cancer survivors and maybe are still recovering, and they would like to help in some way, but they can't do the run. There was a walk here last year, I think, or the year before, and I'm not sure whether that was part of the Komen group or not, but they had a group of people walking up El Paseo, which was helpful too. And I'm sure you'll be doing things like that as well.
We hope to engage the community, and actually that was Desert Cancer Foundation, which is one of our grant recipients.
Yes.
So we encourage and support local information and things that they need to do to keep their doors open as well, besides our grants.
What else would you like to tell my listeners about your organization?
Well, the most thing I would really like to share is the impact you can make. We talk about the dollars, and yes, the local affiliate was founded in 1998, and since that time we have donated $3.5 million back to the organization and the community. But it's the individual person can make a difference. I just think of our leader, Nancy Brinker. It was one person making a promise to someone else to make a difference in the lives of many. And each person has that ability to make a difference. So the dollars are important because of the impact they make in women's lives. And if I can encourage you to do anything is to share that promise with someone else. Make sure your women friends and family members are getting screened, doing what they need to do to detect breast cancer early. That's the key message.
Well, I'd also like my listeners to know how lucky we are to have you here, Katie, because Katie has been the recipient of the Komen Educational Outreach Honor Roll Award in 2003. In 1994, the San Diego Public Television affiliate recognized Katie as one of 5 professional women in San Diego making a difference, and she's also received the Women Helping Women Award from the Sacramento North, Sierra Nevada region, and Oceanside chapters of Seroptimist International for her outreach efforts with underserved women. The San San Diego County Board of Supervisors has also honored her for her dedication and commitment. And we could go on and on with the list of awards that she has. So I just want to thank her for her work that she's doing, and I personally am so excited that she is here, and I have already volunteered to help Katie, and I have many friends that are breast cancer survivors as well that I know will be glad to volunteer for this wonderful, needy organization. And I thank you very much for being here, Katie, and we will repeat the fact that we do want to make a difference. You are making a difference, and I hope that we all will make a difference in helping you with this wonderful, wonderful thing you're doing.
Well, thank you, and thank everyone in advance for helping us further the Komen promise to end breast cancer and save lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. This is the Jacqueline Bachar Show. See you next Saturday.